Well, he's still around, but fading fast, and he's left me a really big pile of shit, which I've recently discovered. My dad's a very nice guy, a good human being, someone that traps a cockroach in a glass and shoves a piece of paper out under it and takes it outside. My mom called him a choppa, a weakling, and I didn't appreciate my mom when I was a kid, why she was so tough. She was tough because she had a tough life, but she was also tough because she saw that he was kind of too nice of a guy. So what did I discover? Well, he owns 8 rental properties, and overall the whole thing is a loss. He's been supporting it with his income as an expert witness. They do quite well, but the amount of money it requires to keep that going is phenomenal because he assumed he would live forever. He still thinks he's going to go back to teaching somehow, even though he's close to death. He can't fathom that. He's not afraid of death. He just wants to keep on living. But he didn't understand that at some point what he was doing was nuts. He's just too nice of a fucking guy. When I told the attorney I met with for an hour today that he's not a good businessman, the attorney said, yeah, but he's a good human being. It's true, everyone loves him. So what has he done? Well, instead of charging rent for shit, he charges almost nothing because he feels sorry for people that can't afford it. And so everything's running at a loss. He even pays their electric bills for them. I never knew all this shit. I mean, I knew he'd do that kind of stuff. And the $4,000 he's sending to Charlie, the gold digger wife, so she can take care of his brother. He knows that she's probably taking most of that money for himself, but he gives it anyway. And the problem is that I'm left with a real difficult situation. Right now, I've had to drop the reviews, the shit I'm doing for work, which was really going well. It was hard for me, but then I realized I have no choice. Basically, in a few months, all the money's going to disappear. I mean, the property will be there, it has value, but the money will be gone because the whole thing depends on him putting income in there. So I'm going to have to liquidate property, except I have no experience in this. None. My life is simple. I kept it that way. Simple investments, one mortgage, no rental properties, no shit. My father's got all sorts of shit. And the problem is it's running at a huge loss. And now I have to figure out the tax consequences of liquidating property because of capital gains and find the goddamn realtor he's talking about, because he's not around my dad to really talk about shit anymore. All I got is a name, and I'll have to find somebody. There are legal issues. There's all sorts of shit. So that's what happens when you think you're never going to die. Yeah, it really... He just decided that he'd take care of it later. And then it got too late. It just snuck up on him, and so I've been dealing with all the bills he hasn't paid because he'd been sick, and all the other stuff. I mean, I'm just going to do the best I can, but I don't know what's going to happen. I'm trying to get his accountant, his attorney, the realtor to help out, and I'm left with tons of files and shit that I don't understand, and he's no longer really able to help me anymore. Although he does have moments of lucidity, he's too weak to do anything, so, and totally changes my life. I'm going to be involved in trying to fix this. Yeah, and then there's the fact that he's close to death. So,